G'day, this is Captainoob, and this is a marine shotgun. This is a standalone burst-fire shotgun based on a real-life prototype firearm called the Smith & Wesson AS, meaning assault shotgun. The Smith & Wesson AS was an American-made shotgun that was originally designed in the 1980s. Looking at its layout, this thing looks very similar to that of an M16 rifle, which would make it easier to adopt to the troops because, well, they've already using and familiarized themselves with M16 rifles, and this is not too far of a stretch. And if they were using similar parts or the same parts to an M16, it would make it significantly easier logistically to adopt. During the 1980s, the US military started a program called the Close Assault Weapon System because they learned after Vietnam that, hey, having a high-powered shotgun in close quarters, that's pretty useful. We can see the tactical advantages in that. So they went back to these gun manufacturers and said, make us a shotgun with more power and range than the conventional shotguns at the time. And this was Smith & Wesson's entrance into it. And the Smith & Wesson AS's rival at the time was known as the Heckler & Koch HK Cause, which, if you've ever played Fallout Tactics, which is precisely none of you, that was one of the small guns featured in that game. So the main rival of this gun is in the canon, which leaves this one to be delightfully lore-friendly. Love to see it. Nice obscure weaponry. The only reason I know about this is because Tactical made a really good weapon mod of the HK Cause a couple of years ago, so yeah, I'm a little bit of a fraud. I've never played Fallout Tactics either. So what do you get out of this thing in-game? Well, it's a standalone shotgun. We know that. I've already covered that. But you get a full burst fire capability, customization, custom sounds, custom animations, power armor animations. Even super mutants have animations with this thing, so they've gone all out for the animations thing. So if you're ever getting shot with a super mutant, maybe you can stand back and appreciate the hard work they put into those animations before turning their brains into wall paint. This weapon mod does feature the munition support. Right now we're chambered in 20 gauge from munitions, but in real life this thing was a 12 gauge shotgun, so they've rechambered it to 20 gauge for some reason. I'm not sure why, probably just a choice from the modders, but we're just using custom ammo here. It's not going to make a difference. There is an option for a vanilla game 12 gauge shotgun, so if you're a stickler for the finer detail, then you can just use the vanilla ammunition for this, and you'll be fine. Attachment time, let's go. Receivers will go advanced for the strongest damage. The DPS here is going to be way less than what you see because the weapon card system, the DPS counter, doesn't really count for any burst fire capabilities at all, so just ignore that. That's going to be low, but higher is still better. Don't forget that. Moving on to the barrels, we've got a short barrel giving us 71 range, which is not all that great, but if you want to reduce that range even further and accuracy to 0 if you use the snub barrel here, you get yourself widespread but superior critical shot damage. So if you want to use this thing at point blank and crit someone for a lot of damage, not sure how much, it doesn't tell you, but there's an option there for VATS maxing, I suppose. And if you scroll down, you get some of the longer barrels here. The comfort version of these just have a ribbed handguard there, so yeah, it's more comfortable to hold. And 191 range, definitely feeling better, so we'll go for that one, going to make it more consistent over range and hold its damage over range slightly better. Next up, we've got the stock. So right now we've got that buffer tube there. That's not really that much of a stock, so obviously the recoil is going to be high. There's nothing to stabilize that against. And there's a wire stock here, which, oh, that's cool. I swear I've seen this on another weapon mod before. I'm thinking MP5, but is that thing rated for shotgun recoil? Not sure. There's also options for a full stock, very nice. A light version, more of an M4 adjustable looking stock as well. Then there's recoil compensating stock for absorbing some of that recoil, and marksman for better aim with scopes. That'll be important for a sniper status version, but let's try to cut down on the recoil as much as possible and move on. Standard magazine, you have 6 rounds in this thing, so 2 bursts and you're set for a reload. There's options for a quick eject version of this thing for a faster reload. There's mediums, large, and also a drum magazine. A big reload penalty, but high ammo capacity. Ammo capacity is fine for a shotgun. Plus a drum on a shotgun, that works for me. Next, we've got the sights. You've got a little iron sight now, which is 1 pin going vertical and then 2 horizontal to line up. There's also options for glowing versions of that, which gives you a very nice little bit of glowing bits on that front. Dot sight, reflex, the holographics, and the laser sight as well. If you don't feel like pointing any sights at a weapon, just have a dot in the middle of the screen for your point of reference. And now we get into the scopes. That's an ACOG looking scope. Short, medium, night vision, recon, and thermal, which I said I was going to use last time and I didn't. Perhaps today is the day. Or maybe not. Let's go for a reflex sight on this thing. Next, we have muzzle devices. Some of these control the recoil, but will reduce your range a little bit. Not cool with a shotgun. So this spiked muzzle does improve your bash damage as well. So there's an option to have a little bit more of an edge in close quarters if you can poke stuff with your gun to do more damage. There's also options for a compensator duckbill choke, which will tighten that spread, make the range better. Very good for making it more consistent over range and range maxing, as it were. Muzzle brake for recoil control again. Also options for suppressors, including a heavy suppressor, which have a slightly less range penalty. That's a cool suppressor. It's one of those ones that I forget the model name, but they look really cool, so you've got that. Then you've also got an option for a legendary effect provided by legendary modification. I'm very tempted to put explosive on this thing, but I will refrain. And you've also got an extra DAC accessory, including a flashlight, which will be put on the other side of the shotgun. Recon laser. And that's targeting module. Recon laser gives you better hipfire accuracy. Useful for a shotgun, having a little bit of a laser pointer on it to give you a reference, so why not? Then we've also got options for different types of rounds. They all pull from the same pool of the munitions thing, but you'll get slightly different effects. So you've got the buckshot standard, a dragon's breath will give you extra bit of flame damage on top. It's mostly flavor, but it looks cool. That's why you'd want to do it. Flechette gives you armor penetration, which is useful for a shotgun because all of that damage is being divided evenly between the projectiles, which means your enemy's armor is going to be way more than it is against any singular bullet projectile weapons. Then you've also got Magnum Buckshot, more damage than standard, but better or worse recoil for your troubles. Next up, we have Slug Shells, which are better range and accuracy because there's only one big projectile, which means all of that damage is going into that one projectile. And if you want an even more accurate version of that, you've got the rifled Slug Shells. There's also options for Pulse Slug Shells, adds a little bit of an electric flavor. These are in New Vegas, actually. They used to do bonus damage against robots and powered armor. And lastly, you've got the Plasma Slug Shells, which is a creation of Dak & Co, but it gives you a plasma flavor on your Slug Shells, which is pretty awesome. But let's just go for a standard approach here. I think what we'll do is we'll go for the Flechette and see if we can get some good armor penetration to make it do slightly better damage. I don't know if it's going to be more consistent, but we'll see how that one goes. And lastly, we've got the grip. Standard one right now. Heavy grip will help us with our AP cost and recoil control. A comfort grip, a better recoil and hipfire accuracy. And a sharpshooter's grip for pretty much the same, but slightly better. So what do we want to do with this thing? Maybe recoil control, better AP cost as well. It's an interesting choice. I'll go for the sharpshooter's grip. That looks way more comfortable than anything else. Okay, that's pretty much it for the Marine Shotgun. I'll show you how to get them, and there's also a unique out there. We'll find it. The Marine Shotgun is injected onto the level list at level 25. You'll find it on bosses, super mutants, gunners, Brotherhood of Steel, legendary spawns, and vendors after level 25. Now, I've gone to the third vendor here at the castle, Ronnie Shaw, and she's got 4, so yeah, okay. Go here. This place has way too many guns. Chances are you'll find what you need, but I didn't find it at Arturo's or Clearo's prior to this. The unique version of the Marine Shotgun can be found on Doc Weathers, and I've just luckily happened to stumble upon him upon fast traveling to County Crossing, but he'll be around the northeast part of the map, so Finch Farm, the Slog, those types of areas. And find him, you go into his shop, and then you'll find Hippocratic Oath, a chance to restore health on hit. To me or to them? Not sure. Okay, we're outside of Mercive Gunners Plaza now. Here's our Marine Shotgun in first person with that reflex sight. And check out the recoil on this thing. It's negative recoil. Why? Probably the parts I put on this thing, but yeah, that's going to be strange, the old muscle memory. There's your reload, by the way. That's the drum magazine reload. So we'll go over the others that I made. This one is sniper status. Unfortunately, the recoil mitigation factor has not been replicated on this one whatsoever. Maybe I should have looked at the parts and applied it to this one. But we've got the plasma slug shells on this thing, and we've got like no scope sway. At least that first shot is going to be accurate, but we might be hitting things in VATS to make this thing actually effective for us. Next, we've got the minimalist approach. We've got the glowing sights, snub barrel, wire stock, and a big old magazine for firepower, plus a duckbill on the front just to give us a little bit of range. The range is like 50, so it's basically nothing, but point blank range blasting, you're not really worried about the stat on the range. And here is this one. This one has the plasma shells, I think. Sorry, sniper status has the rifled ones because accuracy, right? But this one with the ACOG, the combat scope, this one's got the plasma slugs attached to it. And, well, unless we're fighting something the size of a behemoth, I don't think we're going to be hitting anything with all 3 of our slugs, but just the way this thing's designed. And we've also got this one, incendiary rounds with a laser sight for aiming. And the recoil on this one, not so bad. Drum magazine for enhanced ammo capacity and blasting. And this one here, Hippocratic Oath. I've kept the parts the same, but added the laser sight and made the receiver advanced. We'll have to see how that one goes. This one's recoil is feeling pretty easy to maintain, so that's good. The magazine, however, 3 bursts, that's not much. Here's the outfit today. It's tactical. This is modern military, and we've got a gas mask from Gunner Operator. We're all tactical spec. We've also got a couple of railroad patches on the front of that vest. It's actually M16 or AR-15 spec on the things. Most of it is modified to black, except for the little bits on the backpack and the vest there. They're white for reasons that yeah, black and white can go pies off season. Speaking of Colligwood news, no one's going to know what I'm talking about with this, but we've got we've got a new player in the trade period. Also, check out this thermal scope, by the way. Why isn't her hair thermal? It's a wig. The body heat is not being transferred into it. Tell you what, for this first slug, we're absolutely smashing them in terms of damage, but not much else. How about we just VATS max? We'll go and see what we can do. That makes sure we'll waste a crit on the turret. That's fine. Why not? Yeah, AP usage for this weapon, not going to be that forgiving, no. Oh, cool. Oh, the mysterious stranger had a harpoon gun. Oh my god. Brutal, and he fired it as soon as he got the thing as well. That's great. Okay, results kind of varied there. But I think the time for VAT sneaking is almost over. Although, we're still going. We're getting sneak criticals from back here. That person explodes. It's sort of working for us. We can hit him for like 20 damage from back here, and provided our spread isn't too wide, we can actually do a solo mounted... okay. I didn't realize how stealthy this outfit would be. Usually they'd have detected me by now, but I'm not going to say no. Almost. Okay, I can't believe that worked for so long. Let's go and shoot them in VAFs a little bit. Give me a crit. I've missed with most of that. The minimalist approach I don't think is going to be quite as effective, but we'll keep going. So unlike the weapon card, which is a big fat liar, as you can tell, the DPS is quite good. We're just going to expend our ammo very, very quickly because, well, it's a burst fire and we don't exactly have a massive magazine on this thing to keep on firing. But, you know, it's not that much of a difference between this and the drum, so sure. Alright, what else have we got in our arsenal? Plasma slugs, probably a little bit too much, but we've got a good amount to hit back it. Oh! I think I found a bug. You might not be able to see this at all, but there is basically 0 AP usage when it comes to using this thing. We have found the ultimate cheese. I don't know what's causing that. Some of these attachments are causing my AP usage to be absolutely crazy. That's what we're looking at here. I can't scroll down, but yeah, you saw me craft it earlier. Consider that a bug report. Alright. Well, now we can line up for a bit of gun foo, I suppose. There's an unnecessary drive-by on Tactical there. He was minding his own business, sleeping. After singing his praises about making the HK cause, he's copping some plasma slugs from where you can't see. But luckily, I suppose they don't work with the with the, what's it called, the penetrator perk. Okay, we'll put Plasma Slugger away and go over to our Firebrand in our incendiary rounds. Glorious fire effects are causing me to lose frames. Not terrible. We've lost a little bit of health here. We haven't gotten too beat up so far. But man, that's really tanking the frames. Let's go over to Hippocratic Oath. Am I healing? I have to watch my health bar closely here. Well, it doesn't look like they're necessarily healing. Looks like they are taking a little bit of damage over time though, which is nice. What have you got there? Ooh, that's a cool gun. I'll have to ask you nicely to put it down now though. Perhaps if my health bar wasn't scaled to be over like 1400, we might be able to see some of the effects of this, but it's not healing my enemies, which is a big plus. We love to see that. Eat buckshot. I need some of these crits back. Or is it flechette? I think it's flechette. I think we're on the very edge of this thing's range from all the way back there. Yes, we were. Okay. Shotgun mechanics in this game are silly. There was a mod that was released fairly recently, retooling of how shotguns work. Presumably so the damage wouldn't be so pitiful at a range where we're pretty much shooting confetti at them. So I don't know if that is compatible with shotgun mods. Maybe it's like a keyword thing, so it's a one-size-fits-all sort of edits it. But maybe I'll take a look at that one day. Find a really good shotgun mod or a revisitor one, which would make sense. Looks like we're getting a bit of bleed damage. That actually finished that other gunner back there. And according to this thing is choked right down. There's basically zero spread at all. Which probably explains why we're getting so consistent sneak criticals when we're fighting those gunners in that first section. That was a bit of not gun fu. That was a bloody mess causing the person next to the explodee to explode, so that's cool. Anyways, that's it for the Marine Shotgun. Did pretty well there. The helmet to complete the tactical look, I think, but the hand mod doesn't seem to be too bad for clipping there, so that's cool. Okay, time for some ultimate VATS cheese, I think, so we'll go to our plasma slug thing. And then we'll see what we can do. We don't have a suppressor on this thing, so it won't be like ultimate cheese with like sneak criticals and all that, but we'll see how we go. Oh, we're gonna get some gun fu into this. Also, random junkyard dog who was about to absolutely get stomped on. That's unfortunate. Well, this is one of those defend missions. Okay, that stomp only did 25 damage. That dog must have had like 11 wheat bix for breakfast, because you don't just shrug off stomps from the swan. That's right, we want him to come just a little bit closer. We'll get into VATS range here. 95, almost a guaranteed, so it looks like we should be good. 222 to 82 once concentrated fire kicks in. Not too bad. Crit for 571, which is absolutely massive. Gonna slowly chip away his health bar until he's dead. And whoops, unfortunately exited or entered VATS a little bit too slowly. I was jumping, so I couldn't actually hit the VATS in the air there. That's unfortunate. I think that was 3 VATS criticals in a row. But before you can even think about hitting me again, we're going straight back into this. Give me the head. Come on. There it is. So we get 3, maybe 4 full VATS rounds out of this thing before we even have to worry about recovering our AP. And luckily, we've been pretty good with the amount of crits that we're getting because they do a lot of damage. Ooh, don't fall on me. Great. Junkyard dog, you are safe, by the way. You got anything to say for yourself, or are you just gonna stand there like a stunned mullet? Got a bandana at least. Well, if he wants to stand here, then who am I to argue? Okay, let's inject a little bit of stealth into this. So what we'll do is try to use this skeet shooter to take out some of these little bastard bugs. Okay, the AP usage is too much. And now they're aggroed, so I'm hitting them for single digits. Grim. Okay, there we go. Give me a crit. Oh, yeah. And we even hit the mine, too. Mysterious Stranger. Come on, distract him. Yes. Beautiful. A big swing, no ding there. He did a full 360. I think he's trying to do like a COD trick or something. Like a 360 no-scope from back in the day. Unfortunately, this isn't Call of Duty. Not quite. We're dressed up more like a battlefield, I suppose. Okay, I'm hoping for some staggers here, game. Can you provide me with some? No. Eat critical. Okay, not bad, not bad. Come on, hit it. Light him up. Light him up. You ought to be even. Okay, well, I was hoping to draw the fire of him, but that's not worked out at all. At least open him up to the Mysterious Stranger. I think he got maybe 1 or 2 in there. And Nerd Rage is kicked in, so... Wow, okay. Just made it. Why is that kid running? Oh, there must be gunners over there. Oh, that's a shame. Too bad I don't have the health to deal with them, but they've got a turret grid, they'll be okay. This is Bravo 6 going dark and also reloading too. Want some of these crits back, damn it. Actually, we've got a lot of them. Let's continue. Now these guys should be small fish. They're basically crit fodder at this point. Your only reason for existing is you make my crit bar go up. There we go. It's kind of a shame that the AP usage is so much because I can't spam the VAFs with it. 3 bursts and I'm out. And I can spec this to be slightly better, but even the shorter barrel ones you've seen earlier really don't do the job, unfortunately. Okay, speaking of small fish, there's a My Alert clean over there. Hang on, I haven't cleaned up here yet. Later. Oh, there's one more. We don't have to worry about her. Damn. Really puts things into perspective, doesn't it? Oh, okay, here we go. I've got no idea where the Mysterious Stranger is spawned, but unfortunately, Mr. Krabs over there has locked himself in that room. And... almost into... Okay, we're in danger now. We'll just slink over here.
I'll make it nice and quick. You can trust me. Fucking hide.
Bad advice. Okay. Back into caution. This skeet shooting sniper is awesome. This tactic is working so well. The little bit of extra flavor from the bleed damage is nice, even though it is spamming ones over your screen. Someone might probably take an issue from that. Look, I get it. Seeing the numbers spray with like a Borderlands thing, that might be a little bit distracting. I can see if that's a little bit of a break of you. But I like it though. You need a good reference of how much damage you're doing. What I could be doing is making the numbers jump straight up and not like fall off like they're being like brought down by gravity. I did have those settings for a little bit, but then I changed anything. And, well, this Mylark is really making it hard for me. There's also a glowing ghoul somewhere. Nope, just a mushroom. I will chase this fucker to the ends of the earth if I have to. This is ridiculous. Luckily, he's running out of space. Okay, we did it. Man, I don't think I've ever crossed so much distance before. Oh, there's even ghouls over there. Let's see them. Bring it on. You guys got any idea? Don't think so. I haven't really seen a pack of 4 legendary ghouls like that. Must be like a random encounter. Oh! That was Nordhagen Beach. Okay. That's 2 good deeds I've done for today. Okay, so I think you get the idea. That there was the marine shotgun, and it's really fun. VATS is a little bit iffy on it, but if you are playing on a lesser difficulty, you probably don't need the extra power that VATS and crits can get you. So, worth having a look at if you're interested. Link will be in the description. Plenty of other shotguns, but no other shotguns like this one. Thank you very much for watching, guys.